Yes, guys, I'm so excited. It's game week 13. It's chasing green arrows. It's early morning, way before the deadline, or late night for Mr. Dean Jones in San Diego. But chips are in play. Loads to discuss this morning. Dean, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Could be worse. Apex Lines is up at 3:30 in the Caribbean and says good morning.
What?
It's 11:30 p.m. for me. This is okay. Like when we start at midnight, it's starting to get like croaky voice. Like my body's like, I should be asleep now. Quite often I do work until this time. Like not obviously on camera because this is ridiculous. Who would choose to do that? But nevertheless, I'm happy. I had a good Thanksgiving. Hope
Oh,
everybody else
yeah.
who celebrates enjoyed their Thanksgiving too. And I'm grateful for everyone that is tuned in today. No early kickoff, which is really nice for me because often when we do our deadline streams, I know that I'm missing
Yeah.
the first game of the day. And today I'm
You'll
going to
be
get a
up.
good solid 6 hours. Yeah, I should. Even if I miss the kickoff, I'll be up within 15 minutes of the
Because
game
there's
starts.
loads, there's a few games as well, so even more reason to get up for it. Because it's like, oh, you're not just missing one game. You've got Brentford, Burnley, big interest for free hitters, Man City, Leeds, and then Sunderland, Bournemouth. So you got three to get up for at the same time, which is fun.
Yeah,
Hey, just
exactly.
before we talk FPL, just talk me through. This is really naive of me, but obviously I'm very aware of Thanksgiving, and I know it's a big celebration in the US. But just
Mm.
differentiate for me the difference between Thanksgiving in the States compared to Christmas Day. Obviously, the exchange of presents happens on Christmas Day, but am I right in thinking the whole meal and the turkey and the family and friends is a Thanksgiving thing, just like it would be on a Christmas Day thing? Or is there a
Mate,
difference?
I would say it's basically Boxing Day. It's
Right.
Boxing Day because you're just going around somebody's house. It's all about eating, drinking, spending time with people, and there's just sport on all day. So it's
Oh,
like
is it a sport day?
it's a sport day. Yeah. So as the day wore on, I was like, oh, this is just Boxing Day. Like they don't
Yeah.
have Boxing Day here, obviously. Like they don't celebrate Boxing Day here. So yeah, that's the best way I can describe it from now on. It's like Thanksgiving is Boxing Day, and then have Christmas days to come. So I
And it's a
think
national
that's
holiday, right? So Friday sport fans can go. They're not working. It's a
yeah. So
Friday, but
Thursday, Thanksgiving's always the Thursday,
it's
but
always a
then they also
Thursday.
get the Friday off as well. So Friday is kind of
Oh,
becomes the Boxing Day. Yeah, yeah. So everyone's been off today as well as yesterday. Um,
okay.
yeah, Andrew Griffiths says, yeah, NFL all day today was cool. Yeah, my team, Detroit Lions, played on Thanksgiving and lost. But yeah, nevertheless, FPL Mackham's just finished a 12-hour shift. What were you doing, Mackham? Let me know. I'm interested.
Yeah, I don't know what
Um,
Mackham does. Do let
yeah,
us know, Mackham. I know
let us
you're up there
know.
in Sunderland, but the
I'm
night,
intrigued.
12 hours.
Intrigued. I don't know what any of our chasers actually do. We know where a lot of them are from. We know they support. We know that they love chasing green arrows. We don't know what any of you do. So if you want to share what you do for a living, feel free to let us know. More importantly, though, are you
Dean
on a
and I will
free
share.
hit?
We're bums.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a real job. Are you on a free hit in game week 13? That's what the poll says right now. I'm not, so I've just ticked the button that says no. So far, 60% of you are saying yes, which is very handy because that is the premise of today's show. And Gianni is heading in that direction. Have you pressed the button?
I pressed it, mate. I pressed it so
Oh, yeah,
early
you
in the
pressed it
week.
before the last show,
Yeah, I
didn't you?
pressed it early in the week. Jesse Dixon, new subscriber from Denver. Denver CO. What CO? Where's that?
Colorado.
Colorado. Yeah, okay. I'm terrible at the states. Up the Chels. Love that, Jesse Dixon. Guys, if you are a new member, just like Jesse, come in and say hi. Let us know where you're from because we usually remember this. We'll see Jesse next week and I'll go, oh, Jesse in Denver.
The thing is, some of these, like, for some reason, our chat is all showing everyone's usernames now rather than just their names. So, like
Oh,
Little Miss
yeah.
FPL says her name, but like for some people, like it comes up differently sometimes. Like this happened last week or the week before. Um, and I don't know why it sometimes does this. So Jesse might actually even normally show under a different name. I'm not sure. Let us know if I'm wrong. But I know that like not always does the names show up in this way. Because last time I remember saying, "Oh, we've got a new person." They're like, "No, no, I've been coming here every week for 3 years." Oh, sorry about that. FL Chicken says, "Go into your settings." Okay, there you go. If you're coming up incorrectly right now, then feel free to dip into your settings and change your name. We're going to be going through loads of different stuff today. We're going to get G's free hit team. We're going to get my team that is not a free hit team, but has been sliding. I've decided to go with just the 2 transfers this week, save the free hit for another week. And we're also going to show you the team of my 7-year-old son, who is in the top 0.5% of FPL. He's up at 50k, his rank. He's pressed the wild card button this week. So he's got a totally different team. And some of them are very random, but that's what he's done all season. And he's way better than I am at it. So, yeah.
It's very good.
Dylan's team as well.
Is it more embarrassing for you or me? You that your 7-year-old son's beating you, or me that
Probably
someone
you,
I'm
because at least I've obviously like picked a few of his players here and there when he's like in bed. Because I like that. The fun thing has been about it. Like sometimes I just be like, oh, I'd like to pick that player, but I'm not brave enough. So I just put him in his team, and the player goes and bangs, and like that's how it's like. Suddenly it makes the jump. So we'll have a look through his team as well. Yeah, what do you want to start, mate?
Well, should we start with some of the news overnight? With just and round up from press conferences and just
we've got
injury
injuries
news.
and stuff.
But Nick Pope, I think, is a fairly big one because it has pushed a few people to free hit. Nick Pope is in a lot of teams, and there'll be managers out there that were on the fence all week, free hit or not free hit, and just one injury or one bit of team use might be enough to take you over the edge. So the injury roundup here we've got is brilliant, and Dean, you've shared this, but now we have highly doubtful added to this, I guess, Nick Pope. But talk us through what we already know, because Palmer's a big one too, isn't he?
Yeah, Palmer back. Whether we expect him to start or not, I think is probably a bit of a push, isn't it? But at least he's back in our thinking now for this game. And I have to say, like when Dylan was doing his wild card, I did tell him that Cole Palmer is fit again now, and maybe he should think about that. And he loves Cole Palmer actually, even though he's a Fulham fan. He didn't pick him. Mark Gahey, good. Semenyo back in the game.
Yeah, that's big. He's still, I think, the highest owned midfielder.
And yeah, I'm actually, I don't know if I've got bored of him, but I've kind of lost interest in him.
I'm happy to sell him, you know. I think in game week 14, I might actually come out my free hit and sell him.
Okay. Well, spoiler alert, I think I have sold him. So we'll look at that later on. Yeah.
Oh, Cunha's out. That's big. A lot went Cunha last week, and obviously was out again. You've got to think he's highly in doubt now for the midweek, because if you're in doubt this weekend, it's a really fast turnaround for game week 14.
Yeah, and obviously he'd have been up front, wouldn't he? In this spell, because Sesko is out for another. Well, I'm told we shouldn't really expect Sesko back before Christmas, not for much long periods anyway of a game. So at least a couple of weeks away from Sesko, but I think we won't be seeing him properly until Boxing Day and beyond. Whether that matters in this game, I'm not sure. But yeah, around the rest of them, nothing too much to worry about. In the doubtful column, there's a couple that people will be interested in. Potentially Gibbs White is obviously quite a popular pick in the game at the moment as Forests get back to where they used to be.
He was in my first draft for free hit.
Yeah, you just can't
risk it now.
Can't risk it. Wirtz obviously isn't much of a pick, but Ekitike is. Ekitike not going to be out there by the look of things, which maybe leads you towards Alex Isak if you are free hitting this week. I don't think that is a bad shout at all if you fancy a little bit of a
point to prove, hasn't he? He has to do something, and West Ham's good opposition. What do you make of Ekitike? Because he came off in the week with a bad back. Slot was sort of vague. They had Friday off. They trained today. They play tomorrow. Unfortunately, we're not going to know if Ekitike or Wirtz has trained. But do you feel like, given the minutes anyway, Isak is due a start?
I think it is Isak's. I feel like you've got to change the narrative. You've got to change the season. Something's got to give, and I've just got a feeling it might be Isak's day. Like something's got to give. It's like he owes them a performance, doesn't he? Like,
I'm going there on free hit, mate. I think.
Yeah, but look, mate, you should he owes them a lot of money, a lot of goals. Sorry for the money that they paid him. Like he either owes them £100 million or he owes them a couple of goals against West Ham. I'd suggest he probably just scores a couple of goals against West Ham. Glenn, it's that time of the week. Glenn's just gifted a membership.
Legend.
And Rory has picked it up. So congrats to Rory. You can say your thank yous in the comments section to Glenn, who's one of the kindest men in the world, apparently. Yeah, let's lead on to the Pope thing that you mentioned, because that is a big talking point in the community. A lot of people have Nick Pope as their goalkeeper and like to trust Newcastle. Well, sometimes anyway.
There's
But
a fair few content creators. We'll put the poll up that was posted, because this guy is a notorious troll. We don't believe anything he says.
I didn't
But
realize
we'll
that.
replace.
Yeah, I've never heard of him before. I just
Yeah,
saw
no,
it.
I used to follow him, and then I was like, oh, okay. Pretty much, he just guesses, and sometimes he hits, sometimes he misses. But he's seen the Tomb poll, who is who might be an ITK.
I'm not convinced
and
about this
he's going
poll.
to take it.
No and no.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's like, I think, and then in the comments, Tomb Poll says something like, "I'm just hinting at the information I know, but can't directly say."
Yeah. No, I
And
get
I'm
it.
like,
Yeah.
okay,
When
I
I
guess that's
first
how
looked at this, I was
ITKs
like,
work.
"Hey," but then yeah, I saw
He
that.
could be wrong though. We don't know if he's bulletproof, this guy, either.
No,
There's been talk
absolutely
about
not.
Ramsdale, there hasn't there? Anyway,
But
I
there
know
has
this
been
is
talk
meant to
about
be a
this.
Pope
Yeah,
injury,
there
but there's
is
always
some.
been talk on Ramsdale.
Yeah, there has been talk about it, and I've seen it. I've seen it in a few places suggesting that Nick Pope's place is under threat now. FPL Freddy says Praz has free hit because of this. Praz obviously very popular in the community. I mean, that's a big call, isn't it? To change your whole plans over a tweet.
Yeah, all week, Praz has said, I'm probably gonna, like, to be fair, I think for about a month, Praz has said, game week 16, I think, was when he was looking, or even before that, but he wasn't overly keen on 13. But I know he always had at the back of his mind 13 would be an option for him. And Praz is a manager of fine lines and big intricacies. And because of the Pope injury that we think we're going to get, that's been enough to turn his opinion round. And I appreciate that. Like, it was that close to free hitting anyway. He just clearly needed one thing. But I think he tweeted last night something like, this might be the free hit active or something like that off the back of this news, which is huge. Like, some might say Nick Pope weren't going to get a clean sheet anyway, and Dubravka could come in and get a match Pope's points. But those fine margins for Praz have flipped, and I understand it from his point of view. And yeah, good luck to him. Interested to see what his free hit team looks like. But yeah, huge news. Like, because a manager like Praz is so highly followed that there will now be, honestly, I reckon there'll be like possibly thousands of managers that react to that news of Praz free hitting that now decide to do it. I think he's that popular.
Wow. That is, I don't think anyone's ever done that to us, have they?
No, not a chance. Not a chance. Like, I'm gonna maybe say today, I want to flirt with an Isak or a Marlon, and people are gonna go, "You're mad." They're certainly not gonna copy me. Like, they're gonna go, "You're mad."
L0 has just become a member of Chasing Green Arrows. Thank you very much. An elite chaser. Welcome to the crew. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that and look forward to chatting more to you. I think the Elite Chaser group is the one where you go into the WhatsApp. So hopefully it is. And hopefully we get to know you soon. We've got a good group of people in there right now. If anybody else wants to join, go to the homepage and you can become a Chasing Green Arrows member too. I'm in there all the time. We have some good chat. So make sure you do that. It's especially good, obviously, while the games are going on and stuff and in the build up to the actual teams being released. So feel free to come over if you fancy it. Where did we want to go next, mate? What was the...
I think we should probably have a... I don't know if we've got any other assets to show. If we have, we'll put them in. If not, we'll go straight to teams. But guys, we are loving your comments. Although I've just seen Pompey say, just put cream in my coffee.
We have got most transferred players in of the week. I did send that in. So let's whack that up on screen. It's pretty interesting.
Wow, mate, Thiago, I think he's had 2 price rises this week, maybe. That's huge. And that's a fixtures play as well as a form play. He only got 4 points last week, Thiago. So it's not just a case of looking at points and going and transfer him in. That's seeing it's Burnley. He obviously missed a penalty. He could have had double digits. But Eze, Rodgers, Munoz all got massive points last week. Eze hat-trick, Rodgers, brace.
Eze's so reactive, isn't it?
Mate, I don't think Eze's a great pick. Odegaard's back soon.
I just don't think it's a good pick. You've missed it.
You've missed the big haul. And now he's going to play out on the left. He's not as good.
Don't get me wrong. He's playing really well.
Yeah.
It's not that. And at 7.7, it's not bad value.
He's not a bad pick, is he?
But it's
He's
just
got Chelsea
like
at Stamford
to be the
Bridge as well.
second most transfer player in because he scored a
That's
hat
mad.
trick last week is mad. How many of these have you got in your free hit team? Without telling us who they are.
1, 2, 3.
3.
3 only. 3 only. Yeah. 3 only. Which you could probably guess. Go on, have a guess.
Have a guess who you'll definitely have O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Minte. And it's one of Munoz or Rogers. I don't know which one you got out of those. Probably Munoz because you love him.
Yeah. Do you know what? So many have told me this week, what are you doing without Munoz? You literally love Munoz and you're not even picking him up.
Have you not got him?
So I'm not going Munoz and I'm not going Minter, who I've got in my actual team.
What?
I'm going Rogers. I am going Rogers.
Oh.
Thiago. And I've got Thiago.
Yeah.
Okay. But Minter's an interesting one because he's so good. But because I've got him, there's this weird thing about psychology with free hit. There are loads of managers that I'm FPL Booners nailed it. There are loads of managers that I'm seeing putting in players that they already own because they're worried that's the week they bang and they've just taken them out. So there's a lot of managers on free hit that are going Virgil van Dijk on free hit because they actually do own Van Dijk and they're like, what if this is the week he bangs? But there's also a ton of managers going, I really want to go for a player that I really want to take on a player that I own. So I'm very happy taking on a Minter or taking on Crystal Palace defense or just Crystal Palace as a team. Like I don't have Mateta Sarr or my Palace defender on free hit. And I'm happy with that being the week I back against them. But the vast majority on free hit want a little bit of protection against their current team. So they're picking an Arsenal defender, a Man United attacker, or their Palace player, maybe just one or two. But I'm kind of the thought on free hit, it's like it's clues in the name. Just go for it. Just
you're right.
One weekend where you just go.
It is your 1 week,
completely different.
That is true. You've got to have fun with a free hit. Like it's the whole point is to gamble with it and have fun. L0, our new member, says he's been listening to G since him and Az had a show on Scout, and he listens to every episode of Ranks FC.
Amazing.
Wow, a real loyal fan. He said, so it makes sense to become a CGA Elite member. Thanks. Yeah, it does. I mean, we should probably be sending you a birthday card. You're that loyal. So thank you very much, L0. Or do I know you by another name on Ranks? Maybe I do. Let me know. I assume I'll be chatting to you anyway in the old WhatsApp. But yeah, I thought that was interesting, mate, to have the most transferred players. I've never actually stuck that up before, but I thought for a deadline show, it's quite relevant.
Yeah, and do you know what? Like, other than Eze, I think they're all quite... Like, Eze's not a bad move, don't get me wrong, but they're all quite good moves this week. Like, there's no howlers in there. Like, Welbeck's an interesting one, which the community just never really follow. And I think because Minter exists, if we're buying a Brighton attacker, we go there. I think Forest is a hard place to go, and Sean Dyche at the City Ground is going to keep a ton of clean sheets. So I don't love the Brighton picks this week. Long term, they're always a team I feel like will score. But then the City players, I get it. Doku and O'Reilly are going to start. Foden's interesting. I'm surprised he's not in this list, maybe because of the price. And then Munoz has been superb this season. Rogers because of the brace. And then Thiago. I just think the problem with Thiago is this week he's amazing. And in game week 16, he's got an amazing fixture again. It's another really nice home fixture. But outside of those two fixtures, you could argue Thiago's got a tough run. Like, he's about to play Burnley at home, and in 16, it's Leeds at home. But wedged between that is away trips to Arsenal and Spurs. Like, I don't really fancy his chances against Arsenal away or Spurs away.
No, but obviously it's been a mad season, so you might as well just leave him in there. Who knows these days? Yeah, but it is a good point, but I think any logic seems to have gone out of the game for now. We'll wait to see with the second half of the season changes.
Mate, I want your chat on Brentford though, because you watch, you know Brentford quite well. On free hit, what 3 Brentford do you go for? Let's talk now just about some of the popular teams on free hit. Let's talk Villa, Brentford, Liverpool.
Yeah,
because that's the makeup of most free hit teams. So before we see my team, we'll come away from this and just talk about the teams.
Yeah.
But guys, we would love you to hit the like button. It just helps us in the algorithm. And obviously subscribe if you fancy. I don't know if we've got any memberships to give away yet this month. If we have, we'll do it today.
I think we've done them.
Have we? Last week. So Brentford, where are you at? Do they keep a clean sheet? Do you double up at the back? If so, which defenders? It's Igor Thiago +2. Is it a Dango, a Sharda, or a Damsgaard? Or is it double defense? Like, where are you at with all the Brentford assets? Because there's a lot of like, I like Coyote, Collins, Vandenberg, Kelleher, and then all the attackers I've just mentioned. Like, there's 7 or 8 players to pick from here.
Yeah, I mean, on free hit, I'd probably go Kelleher, Thiago, Sharda, probably.
Would you go for triple up? Would you chase this fixture? Brentford at home to Burnley. Would you go for 3?
Do you know what? I think I would, but I've actually got a sneaky suspicion that Burnley
get something.
I don't know whether they get something, but I think that they'll make this really, really difficult.
Low scoring game.
I think it might be those. That's what my worry would be. And that's why I might veer towards. I know I just said Sharda and Thiago, but like changing the Sharda one to a defender. Like
Coyote's a fun pick.
Coyote is a fun pick.
I've got Coyote as a lock in my team. I just think he's super action hero. Like high up the pitch, long throws, like good assist threat.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Coyote is definitely. I'm just trying to remember if I put Coyote in my team in the end because I. No, I didn't.
Know which Brentford assets you've got, and we'll flash a few up.
Yeah, let us know, people. No, I didn't put Coyote in the end. I definitely flirted with that one. I'm on Coyote and Thiago, says Baller. Yep. Alex got Thiago and Coyote. Andy's got Coyote. Well, he seems to be far and away the popular pick. By the way, on the free hit poll, it was 51 yes, 49 no. Yeah, way tighter than I expected, although you have and I haven't, so I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. Burnley will need a result or Parker under serious pressure, says Maliki. I don't know, away from home, I never feel like there's pressure on Burnley. Like, it's I feel like they probably know they're going back down and it's try and get some points at home and see if we can do enough. But on the road, they went to West Ham a few weeks ago and I think the game finished 3-2 and Fleming scored a couple. And I was really surprised by how Burnley put the fight. I started Kilman that week. But ordinarily, we see Burnley go and they're pretty shot shy. They're deep. It's going to be a bus park job. And I found it's going to be weird for Brentford because this is going to be a game where Brentford have to dominate the ball and dominate possession. And Brentford aren't used to that. I sometimes think do Brentford like playing away from home on the counter attack when they've not got possession against bigger teams. But I do think this could be a lower scoring game than many expect. Like there's a lot going Sharda and Thiago, and I've gone Sharda and Thiago in the draft I'm about to show you, but I think I might change it out because I don't know if I see a 3-0 ceiling in this one. What I think I could see is a clean sheet for Brentford because they are quite solid at the back. Burnley are shot shy. And I do think they come and park the bus. Yes, they could have a smash and grab, but a 0-0 or a 1-0 either way wouldn't surprise me in this fixture.
Yeah, exactly. So I do think it has the potential to be a frustrating one. And maybe if I was free hitting, that might scare me off of actually going triple Brentford. Just that you don't break your team with a fixture that would be very annoying to be broken on. I was just trying to remember. This is the Burnley lad, Quillinchi Hartman. Easy for me to say. He's got the joint most assists in the league.
Yeah, and he's a fullback, right? Like he's
full. I mean, he got 2 in one game, but I think he's got 4 or something.
It's not like Burnley play with these ultra high attacking wing backs. Like, he is a fullback in the back four.
Earlier, and I was like, what? Because Dylan's actually picked him for his wildcard team because he just wanted a cheap, and then he wanted to start him. I was like, mate, what are you doing?
The assistant manager's having.
The assistant manager had to kind of take charge of that one to make sure he doesn't. Although, who knows? As I say, like he's been making weird calls all season, and they seem to pay off. Well, stay tuned for my 7-year-old son's top 0.5% team. That's all the people are waiting for these days.
JJ Tilley says Brentford are solid at the back, no clean sheets. Like questioning this. Just want to rank. If you check, I was on the scout members area this morning. Expected goals conceded this season. Brentford are like top 5, I think. Like they are actually quite solid at the back. It hasn't translated to clean sheets necessarily, but if you're going to keep a clean sheet, Burnley at home is the fixture to do so. And there is a bit of upside with players like Coyote. So I'm happy to chase it. The bookies have them at 40%-ish. I think when you look at the Rob T graphics, there's only 3 teams that are like fancied for a clean sheet this week. And it's Man City, it's Brentford, it's Burnley. But they're all under 50, but over 40%. Let's move on from Brentford then and talk my top 3, by the way. I think double defence and Igor Thiago. Let's talk Villa, because Villa at home to Wolves. Rob Edwards, we know from his days at Luton, he's going to come and have a go. Like, Rob Edwards attacking football is quite fun, but often think they'll concede. Villa in the week at 60 minutes in made a triple substitution. It may have been a quadruple substitution. It involved Tielemans coming off at 60, Pau Torres coming off at 60, 2 very, very key men, and Doniel Marlon coming off at 60. Was that a sign that Marlon is actually going to come and start? He was on a hat-trick. To bring him off at 60 when he didn't need to come off at 60, like, he's fresh, he's on a hat-trick, I think tells us Emery's going to start him at the weekend. Now, I know I've predicted Emery so badly this season. I went Harvey Elliott, right, when he joined and hasn't had a look in. But I fancy the way he's playing, Marlon to perhaps start up front with Watkins or start up front instead of Watkins. But regardless, I think Marlon starts, and I think it's a punt worth taking versus Wolves at home.
Wow. Yeah, free hit. That's a proper free hit pick, that one.
That is. He's playing well, though, isn't he, Marlon? Like, to get those goals, Watkins isn't scoring those goals, those types of goal.
Yeah, I think I've only got one Villa player in my team, but obviously I haven't free hit. And Watkins obviously is just like steer clear at the moment. Alex said he's gone double defence plus Rodgers, so I'm assuming it's Konsa. And who would be the second Villa
Maybe
defender
Cash,
that would pick?
Cash,
Yeah. I'm going to say Cash.
I'm
is
not
probably
going
where
for
I
a
would
Villa
go.
defender. I'm going Martinez.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing with Villa here is that Rob Edwards, the 2 things he's worked on like super hard, I'm told, is like work rate and like fit, like making sure that they're not outrun and that they're ready to go toe to toe with everyone in that sense. And also getting into players' minds to make them believe in themselves again. So in a week when Villa have had a European game, this isn't a bad time for Wolves to go into a fixture like this.
True.
Like they've at least had the chance to conserve a bit more energy than Villa have while they're travelling and playing. So that's interesting. But I still expect Villa to be too good for them. I can't believe that Villa are up to 4th in the league, to be honest. But
they've not played well this season, have they?
I mean, that's just the thing. Like, I can't get my head around how they got up to 4th. Like, a couple of decent performances, but sometimes the scorelines have flattered them as well. Yeah, so we'll have to see. Obviously, Rodgers will be the one that most people are picking at the moment.
Yeah, what do you make of the Watkins? Like, we're talking about free hit being a free swing. Is Watkins worth a look? I mean, my first draft was Watkins, but I think that's silly. Like, Marlon's high risk, but Watkins feels even higher.
No, though, because he's got to score again one day.
True.
You know, like, you could either be, it's a stupid pick, or you could say, well, he's due a goal.
Yeah.
Like, can't go forever without scoring, can he? Like, again, like, I wouldn't pick him for my normal team, but on a free hit against Wolves, he's ever going to score a goal again. Surely it's this one.
Mm-hmm.
So
True.
I actually don't think it's a bad pick, to be honest. Like, yeah, I think he'll be feeling it himself now. Like, it's a striker that's not scoring goals. Like, there's nothing worse. But yeah, just a hunch.
Yeah, okay. So that's our Villa chat. Like, I think I'm going to end up landing on Martinez, Rodgers, and Marlon, and just chase the upside with Marlon. And then let's talk Liverpool, because we've not spoken since the 4-1 defeat in the week, Dean. I watched the first half. I've been going to bed at like 9 o'clock, so I can watch first half, and then half time it's like I'm dead.
Yeah.
And the first half, it was 1-0. It went into half time. Like, the signs were there for a big Liverpool second half. They ended the first half so well. Ekitike was looking really good. Obviously, he came off injured, but Liverpool just collapsed second half. Like, the silver lining with Liverpool, when you look at the Forest game and you look at the PSV game, you see nearly 50 attempts on goal, and they scored 1 goal. Yeah. Like, they are creating still. And yes, they're not a good team at the minute. And yes, they're not a good defense at the minute. But I would argue the attack's all right. And the attack will score goals against West Ham. They are creating. If we had seen them just fall off a cliff in terms of the chances created, I wouldn't be going near them. But they are still doing it up on one end of the pitch. What do you make of that? And therefore picking a Salah, or Gakpo Salah is the template Liverpool pick on free hit?
It's so. I mean, obviously, it makes no sense, right, to pick Salah. Like I've the one who's been like saying since before the international break, I think Salah's time's coming, and I'm going to get him in. I can't watch that against PSV and pick him. He's terrible. Like his legs have gone.
Yeah.
It's what everyone's saying. Carragher's now
Carragher said it.
Yeah, I mean, when Wayne Rooney said it a few weeks ago, he got got pelters for it. Now Carragher said it, everyone's allowed to nod along. But
That's true.
His backtracking is appalling. I actually saw a decent take on this. Was that part of Liverpool's problem is that some of the work rate's gone and the desire from the type of forward players that they had last season, and it's just changed things. Primarily, they were talking about Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez in terms of like the way that they worked off the ball as well. I mean, you should probably throw Diogo Jota into that mold as well in terms of like what he gave this team. And I know that
he was the best presser from the front. I remember Klopp always said, "My best presser from the front is Jota."
Yeah, and the whole Jota thing, obviously, like English people being English, like they don't like to talk about things that are awkward. But the Jota thing is clear. Like, I don't know whether they should have spoken about it more or if they feel that they're treating it all with the perfect level of respect. But when you hear Andy Robertson after that Scotland game talking about him, that when he talked about that, I was like, this just makes me think that this is a massive part of the reason that this team really isn't performing at their best. And it's totally understandable, but it's really hard for us to grasp. And he says, RIP. Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's so sad. Like it's becoming like normalized in terms of football terms, but it's not normal at all, obviously, what happened. So without Diaz and Jota and Núñez, like, you completely changed the dynamic of the attack and how it actually worked. And you've also lost Harvey Elliott, who you've let go, who understood the system. You know, he didn't play that loads, but like he understood it and he worked as part of it. And so I think that while everybody talks about buying all of the players has upset the balance of the team, it's not just that they bought all these new players for £400 million. It's that they also parted and lost, tragically, some players that were a key part of how that team transitioned and worked. And so when it comes down to now understanding it, it's like, you're right, like the threat is still there in attack in terms of the making chances and getting the ball into the right areas, but the thrust isn't there. The goals aren't there. I don't know why not, but then as soon as they're turned, you see the PSV, the way that they're losing the ball, like Salah jogging back, like there's just no desire to get back behind the ball again. And that's just a massive problem, especially when you've got Szoboszlai out at right back. Like that makes it even worse because then you're losing him in the center of the pitch. You've got Kanate, kicking air. Real Madrid have suddenly decided they don't want him. Funny that. So what do we expect? Do we genuinely believe that Liverpool are going to go and react here in the right way and put things right and go to West Ham, put them in their place, record a 3-1 away win, Isak scores a couple of them, and they're like, right, this is where it all starts again? Or is it a new low? I genuinely don't know, mate. I genuinely don't know. And
is it a new low? After they lose to West Ham, that's when I think the real chat about Slot's future really becomes a big talking point, because we've heard it a little bit in the background. It's like, really? But look, go lose to West Ham and then it's another game.
Maybe, mate. I just don't. They're completely denying it, and they say that he's there for the season. They're not going to do a mid-season thing. But obviously, you can't lose every game for the rest of the season.
It's a tipping point, isn't there?
There has to be at some point where you stop saying that. But equally, like, who comes in? Like,
yeah.
Unless Jurgen Klopp's going to come back, then I don't think you can, like... It should have been a perfect time for Steven Gerrard to come into the job.
Yeah, if he'd done well at Villa.
Yeah, if he'd done better in his other jobs, like, then he might have got this one. But
that was always the plan, I guess, wasn't it, with Gerrard?
I think it was the plan. I think this could have been ideal. He could have been the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer of Liverpool.
Would have been similar
Gerrard's at the
results, I
wheel.
reckon. He was so bad at Villa, Gerrard. So bad. Mate, you well said on the Jota stuff. Like, I think just to those that listening, watching, Dean's take there on Liverpool and linking to what Robertson said after the Scotland game and Jota, there does need to be some context to this shocking dip in form. And Dean, I think that's a very clippable like segment from you, which perhaps football fans in England, and as you mentioned, it's not something we really discuss, but it needs to be recognised more.
And I understand it. Like, it's hard. It's because we can't put it into words. You can't contextualize any of it. We can't understand it. Literally, the only people that understand what it's happened is the players and the people around that team. And so that's tricky. There's a poll going on now in the chat. Are you on a chip this week? Free hit, wildcard, triple captain, or no chip? Let us know what you are on. I've just pressed the no chip button. Maliki says Kieran's here to brag about the highest ranked content creator.
That's so true. FPL Discomforts. He's been all over Twitter this week. Oh, free hit, such a bad move. I'm at 35k. Why'd you free hit? Because he did it earlier. But Kieran, come on, give it to us.
Yeah, come on. You're welcome to brag here. It's half the
you
fun.
Are at 35k. Enjoy your success. You know. Amazing.
My 7-year-old son is breathing down your neck, so watch out.
Well, let's talk about your 7-year-old son. We'll come back to the other free hit team we've got interest in. We've spoken Liverpool, we've spoken Villa, we've spoken Brentford. The other one is, of course, Man City. But first, Dean, let's see your 7-year-old son's wildcard team.
Let's go with Dylan. Yeah, Dylan. So Dylan, yeah, here he goes. He's pressed the wildcard button finally, and this is his team. A few bits are random, but I mean, I love that it's David Raya and Rice and Cucurella on the bench. I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, I don't know who's going to win that game. I'm just going to put them subs, but I'll pick Saka. I was like, okay. And yeah, so Kelleher in goal. Big call, but he fancies him ahead of David Raya. Coyote we spoke about earlier. He's brought him in. I think he already had Gahey. Might have had Konsa as well. I'm not sure. But yeah, Cherky he brought in. Ndiaye he brought in. Rogers, I think he brought in last week or the week before. I asked Dylan, I said, so this week, people, I did try to get Dylan to record a video with me to talk about the fact that he is only 7 and he is at ranking at 50k. So I wanted him to come and talk to you and like explain it. But then as we started recording, I realized he's 7. It's like,
give him a year. Let's wait till
really, as much as he wants to be a YouTuber. If it was about Roblox or something like that, he'd have been fine. He could have done an hour stream. But to explain his decision making in a fantasy Premier League game, it wasn't great, chat. That's all I can say. It wasn't great. But
well played, mate. That's good editorial from you, though, to know that you record it and then you go, no, it's just not going to make the grade. Because some parents would be like, it's my boy, it'll be great, whatever. But you were like, I don't think this is going to get it.
I had to apologise to him. I said, look, mate, you need to have a think about this.
But we'll have Dylan on next year for sure.
Yeah. But he did say Haaland's been in his team since week 1, and he couldn't believe it when he was watching Chasing Greenhouse, because he does watch quite often. And he couldn't believe how many people didn't pick Haaland. He said that's really stupid. His words were, people are stupid if they don't pick Haaland.
That was me.
And I was like, okay, yeah. And at that point, I thought the video was going well. Like, I was like, here we go.
Yeah,
like,
that's nice little
tough talking from a 7-year-old. But the rest was just random, to be honest. So, like, he's like, oh, I just liked his name, so I picked him. I was like, oh, I can't use that.
Well, maybe you can. That's how I pick racehorses.
That's it. And it reminded me of that. There is a little bit of that in his success so far. Like, he does obviously watch us, and he does watch football, so he does know a fair amount. But he's also just having punts. He also doesn't care. One thing he also did say, which I thought was interesting, and something that probably none of us do. He's like, well, also, like, sometimes I just like leave my team for a couple of weeks. He said, and actually, when I've done that, and I say to you a couple of weeks later, oh, can I check my team? It's always done really well. And I was like, do you know what? That's actually quite a valid lesson, because we always want to and think we have to tinker every week.
Overmanage.
Every week we overmanage. But he has genuinely, for at least twice out of 12 weeks, let it run for 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, but what he doesn't know is you've been there making changes.
But I haven't
on
made
those weeks.
I might have changed if he doesn't change
the sub order.
Yeah, I might change the sub. But actually, to be honest, in the week that he's missed, I've kind of forgotten he was. It would have been early on, and I would have forgotten he even had a team.
Yeah.
So I didn't do anything. I just left it.
Captaincy has just rolled over to a good player, maybe with a bad fixture, and it's worked.
Exactly.
And what Dylan has done with some of his picks is he has picked off last week's points, and a lot of more casual managers will do this. They'll see someone bang one week, and they'll bring him in the next. And this has been a season where that's actually worked quite nicely.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's quite funny. But yeah, that was the logic I got out of him anyway. I've just saved you all watching a 10-minute nonsense video about that. He could have done a 60-second short or something. Maybe I'll aim for that before if this continues.
Kieran says, just like Dylan, he realised the FPL Discomfort, who's at 30-ish K. I realised the other day I still have 9 of my Game Week 1 team.
Well, there you go.
No, that's great.
Two of the big hitters, like that is it. Like nailing your team early on and leaving it, I think is one of the big lessons of this season.
Yeah.
One picking Haaland as well, but yeah. So I think that's part of it. We'll see how he does now, because obviously, like, he's just made quite a lot of changes, and a few of them he's just picking because he's heard other people picking them. So now he's going like Thiago, like. He definitely doesn't know who Thiago is, but he saw that he was the top transferred in player. So he was like, well, I need him. I was like, you don't have to pick him. Like, you can stick with Jarrod Bowen if you want, mate. But he didn't. So there you go. That's where we are with his team. We can flip it over now to my team if you want, and we'll see my 500k team. Which
your not so good team. By the way, I love the Cherky punt from Dylan. I hope Cherky comes in for those on free hit too. We'll talk Man City after Dean's team, but Cherky should start in theory. He's a risky pick this week, but he could hit a big ceiling against Leeds.
Yeah, exactly. So I brought in Ruben Dias for Gabriel. And I brought in Rodgers, but I can't remember who for. I've taken the decision to put Gakpo on.
And I've just heard some screaming, and I just
that's okay. Go take care of the baby. So G was talking earlier on about when it comes to Liverpool and which combinations to pick, and we will look at his team in a minute as to who he's actually gone for. But Gakpo has been in my team for a while. FPL Chicken, Gakpo bench. That's where we're going with this. And at the moment, I've got him on the bench. Now, obviously, I've still got a little bit of time to change this. Like, Gakpo doesn't need to stay on the bench. But do I swap him? Who do I swap him for? Is it Rice? Is it one of the defenders? What do you guys think? Like, I genuinely would like to know what you all would do in this situation, because I know that people are free hitting and picking Gakpo and putting him into their team. You can't pick Van Heck over Gakpo. But I can, because Gakpo hasn't been getting any points. And that's kind of I'm literally thinking, all logic, as I keep saying, is going out the window in this game. Of course, my instinct is to pick Gakpo and ditch Van Heck. Or maybe ditch Van der Ven, but because he's up against Fulham. But I don't like Gakpo at the moment. So, I don't know. Gee, I'm just chatting about the fact that which one of the defenders or Declan Rice would I ditch to bring in Gakpo to the starting 11?
That is a tough one, because I feel like Van der Ven's got a good chance of a clean sheet this week against Fulham, because he'd be the one straight away. I guess Van Heck.
Van Heck is what everyone's saying.
On the Dyche.
Everyone's saying you cannot pick Van Heck over Gakpo.
Are they? Mate, I also think, you're going to hate this, this gives you even more of a headache. I think there's a chance Reinders starts.
I think...
And if he does, that's his Leeds at home. That's
Mate, he's been rubbish for 11 weeks. 10 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like rubbish is harsh. I don't know. I'd pick Walter. Could Walter come out? And Newcastle, they never.
No
really
way
score
is Walter coming out.
They don't do much on the road, Newcastle.
I know, but like, no, I can't take Walter out. I can't. Yeah, it would be one hell of a bench boost. You're right. It
really would. Senesi's going to get DEFCON guaranteed, by the way. Because Sunderland go very direct, so Senesi DEFCON is wrapped up, mate. I'd probably get Gakpo, Reinders, and Senesi all in your 11, and bench Van Heck, Van de Ven.
You know what? I think I've got bench boosts. Yeah,
mate. If you've got bench boost still, you're not.
It's me or Dylan's got it. I was thinking in my head that Dylan had the bench. Maybe it's Dylan that's got the bench boost. It's hard when I'm actually checking 3 teams because my 5-year-old's got a team as well, and he's been changing his.
How do you do that though? You have to log in under their names each time.
Yeah, so it logs me in and out. That's why I'm losing. That's what it's really annoying because even if you log in through the web browser on your phone, it logs you out of the app.
Yeah, after like a day or something.
Yeah, so it totally loses.
All right. Well, when you're doing,
let me have a look. See.
By the way, the reason I left was I heard my wife go, "Oh, Gaia, no," and I was like, "Oh, Cam doesn't usually say like she's really hurt herself, like or done like I don't know, drawn on the wall or whatever." I was like, "What's going on?" And she was like, "Oh, it's fine. Guy's just got her advent calendar early. She's found her advent calendar." I was like, "Is that it?" Okay, we get back to the stream then. Like,
so
she's found her advent calendar 2 days early.
So cliche. My kids surprisingly have never done that. They've never found their advent calendars early and opened that. Or
hers is on the side, which she can't see over on the side. But she started getting her like stool for her potty, like her to get her up to the toilet from the bathroom. She gets this little step and she walks around the house with it and puts it everywhere so then she can see onto the windowsill or see onto the table.
Mate, listen, in 1 year's time, you won't have to worry because she'll have an FPL team. Don't worry about it. She'll have plenty of other things.
50K and I can just
I've got some breaking news because it wasn't Dylan's team that's got the bench
Come
boost
on!
today. It's mine.
Mate, 100%.
I honestly thought it was his. And I just...
all 15 are going to start or play. Reinders might not start, but they're all going to play. It's a good week to bench boost. Should Dean bench boost? Yes or no? We'll do a poll.
Yeah. FPL Chicken, thank you for your message saying one hell of a bench boost. I'll say that. Because until that moment, I genuinely thought that it was Dylan's team that had the bench boost left. And it's not. It's mine. So yeah, Glenn, bench boost now. I tell you what, Glenn, you are the oracle because you have given away so many memberships. I'll do it just if you tell me to, mate.
Do you have any free transfers, Dean? Can you make it even better or not?
Well, I've used 2 already, so I used 2 free transfers already.
Fine, which set up the bench boost nicely because you got
Okay, I'm going to press it. There we go.
I hope if Reinders bangs, mate, this is huge.
Well, hang on. Should I take a -4 if I'm bench boosting?
No. Unless you fancy, have you got money in the bank? You could look at Reinders out, Cherky in or Doku in.
I got 2 million in the bank.
Oh, mate. Long term, Doku over Reinders.
Yeah, I could.
That 4-point hit pays off.
Select replacement. Let me just see what this. I'm sure I can do. Yeah. Doku and Shaki, easily.
The popular picks this week are obviously Kevin Schade, Foden. You can't quite reach Foden, but Doku again.
Doku and Shaki, Savinho. Yeah, I can get to all of those.
Doku we know is going to start. This leads us into our City chat nicely, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, because,
I'm very confident about Doku, Foden starting.
Doku was so good. What game was it when Doku was awesome recently?
He scored in Liverpool.
11 points against Liverpool.
Massive. He scored a brilliant goal. He's been City's... this is definitely the best he's ever been in his career, but arguably he's been City's best player behind Haaland this year, you might say. He's been awesome. Doku is now a guy that starts 7 out of 8 league games. I'm guessing that's what he's on. By the way, I think Foden started 8 of 8. These are now nailed players. Cherky isn't nailed, but he should come in and start. But Cherky and Doku will both get, in games they're not playing well, it's not going City's way, you will get some early subs. But you're getting a Man City attacker for 6.5 million. Like, that's fine if you get a few early subs.
Yeah. But is it worth the -4?
Well, I think so. Because it depends if you think Reinders starts this week. And it's either him or Bernardo Silva. And he likes Bernardo in big game. Well, he likes Bernardo.
Yeah, he does like Bernardo, and it might be his last season. So, should Dean bench boost? Yes or no? Let us know. 84% said yes. Yeah. That's definitely going to happen. It's now. Do I take the -4? That's
the other one is O'Reilly in. You could go O'Reilly. Oh no, you can't because you're not setting Ruben. I was thinking O'Reilly for Matt Heck.
Yeah, it's got to be the mid. Okay, so I'll look at that.
It's got to be Reinders if you take a hit.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll decide that one after the show. But
should Dean take a hit for Reinders? Yes or no? We'll do a quick poll.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway, that was worth it. Anyway, I've got a bench boost out of it. That was fun. Right, let's look at yours then.
Yeah, let me show you my free hit team first. And then let me just show you a poll that I did. So 2 things. First, I'll show you the free hit team, which, by the way, is quite a templatey team. And I don't think I'm going with this, right? I put question marks on Gakpo and Sharda and Calafiori. I can change these spots to sexier picks and then lower Calafiori down to a Brentford defender. And I think that's what I'm going to do. This team is great. And if I do a poll, I know you guys are all going to say Gakpo and Sharda over Marlon and Isak. And it would be a change of formation, but Marlon and Isak, and then Calafiori down to a Brentford defender. Sharda makes sense. Gakpo probably makes sense. I just think Isak and Marlon could be fun. And
Isak and Marlon,
this is going to go down to the wire.
Isak and Marlon is a very fun play.
The others are all locked. Like, I'm absolute locked on all the others. But it could be Calafiori goes to Van den Berg, Sharda goes to Marlon, and then Gakpo goes to a forward in Isak. And I'd have the money if I downgrade Calafiori.
Yeah. I like the Isak Marlon thing.
Do you?
Yeah.
I did it in my Ultras group last night, and the vote was something like 85% was stick with this team. Like Sharda and then I did it on Twitter. Let me just show you the Twitter.
This is like the template team, like not the whole team, but like their template picks.
The free hit template.
Yeah.
Other than Calafiori, most have got Munoz.
Most actually, yeah.
And then some of a Bruno or a Mateta or a Sarr. And I'm just avoiding Palace, Man United. But yeah, the combination Sharda and Gakpo is part of the template. And then I said, what about Sharda and Marlon? Or Gakpo and Marlon? Or Isak and Marlon? And yeah, it's pretty split pot, to be fair, on this vote.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Isak's fun. Like, we've got another new member, FPL Down Under. Thank you, a Premier Chaser. Well done. Appreciate you jumping on board. Good to have another one sign up. Yeah, go for it, mate.
You think? I'm going to make a late call on my deadline stream. I'm not going to do a deadline. Usually when I do a deadline stream, I do it straight after chasing green arrows. But seeing as the deadline's 1:30, I don't think I can power through that many hours. So if you fancy, guys, I will lock in this decision. And I am still torn. Maybe it's one or the other. Maybe it's Marlon or Isak. Maybe it's both. I feel like it could be. But I'll lock it in on my deadline stream, which I'll start in an hour and a half. I need an hour and a half break. I say break. My wife's taking my 3-year-old to ballet, and I've got the baby for an hour and a half, who's been screaming a lot. But
I hope he's asleep.
I've put my YouTube link. If you want to come in my waiting room for 10 a.m., that'd be amazing.
I've just typed in to see about Isak. I just typed into Twitter search, but it's the top tweet comes up there. I don't know if this guy's reliable. Haven't checked it. He says Isak has 5 goals and an assist in 5 games against West Ham.
Ooh,
that's true.
Like that.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's because he only got half an hour in the week, and because Ekitike is a big doubt, it's almost a guaranteed start. And I know he won't play 90. Has he played 90 yet at Liverpool? I'm guessing not. But 70 minutes, like, is Gakpo going to play 90? Probably not. Like,
no.
Yeah. Mate, is there a world? This hasn't been discussed much. Most Liverpool players have been vulnerable to a dropping recently. Mo Salah hasn't. At what point does Mo Salah get dropped?
If he doesn't get dropped after the way he played the other day, he's never getting dropped. But I genuinely did think the same thing.
Did you? Yeah.
I thought if you're Slot right now, you're
Make a
like,
statement.
honestly, like something's got to change. Like he's obviously left Salah on the bench for a couple of games that are a bit more meaningless, but in this moment, leave him out. Leave him out and bring him on because it'll annoy him as well if you put him on the bench for this one and then have a point to prove when he comes on. If he comes on and he scores with 20 minutes left or something, then so be it. Andrew says he won't drop Salah because he hates Chiesa. But Chiesa is the one. Like, Chiesa deserves the chance here, and Salah definitely doesn't deserve another chance at the moment. So I've got a sneaky feeling he does it, but it's nothing more than a feeling. I haven't heard it from anyone legitimate. It was just coming into the stream. I was like, shall I talk about this? And I'm glad you brought it up because I think Salah should be dropped.
Yeah, I feel like if there was a like-for-like replacement, like Frimpong's been playing there when he comes on, but he's injured. He hates Chiesa. If there was more competition on the right-hand side, you'd think he misses a game. But yeah, and then obviously because he's going to AFCON, it's like, oh, do we just make the most of him now because we don't get him for AFCON anyway? By the way, Dylan's wildcard team, no AFCON players. I love that. He's thinking ahead.
He definitely does not know what AFCON is.
Slot doesn't have the minerals to drop Salah's FPL chicken. Guys, thank you all for your love. Do hit those buttons. It will massively help the algorithm. We want people to watch this on catch up. So please do, if you're in the chat now, hit that like button. And if you're new around here, hit the subscriber button. We'll also be live on Monday. So don't forget that because next week is huge in terms of turnaround time in FPL. We have no Monday night football, which is great. We hate Monday night football on Chasing Green Arrows. So we will do we'll do a Monday night stream. Almost certainly,
Monday night,
won't we?
for Tuesday.
And then we'll probably do a Tuesday deadline. So yeah, lots going on at Chasing Green Arrows. I mean, maybe instead of Monday night, we should be doing a Sunday night and then a Tuesday. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll discuss
well,
that.
we talked about the potential
problem. You know.
Yeah, we have thrown around the idea of some point doing a watch along, which maybe was potentially going to be on one of this week's games. So
would you
guys
like
let us know too? Guys? Would you like to be watching in real time Wednesday's games? I can watch them all because I'm in America. Assume we'll have one on, or otherwise they'll just be on.
Oh no, they're actually all on Sky. I think they're all on Sky now, so I can actually watch them.
Are they? So maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll give it a crack and see if the chasers want to watch some live stuff. I think it's actually fun. I quite like having a watch along on while I'm watching a game, especially if you're at home and you're on your own, like because it's like chatting to mates, isn't it? Like I'll even sometimes like when an Arsenal Champions League game's on or something like that. Like I don't like listening to match commentary most of the time. So I'll like stick on a random like Arsenal watch along just to hear what they're chatting about. Like they're just like, like losing their minds or whatever. And obviously like that would be the aim here. So
that could be fun. I think Wednesday there's so many good games. So maybe Wednesday, guys, we'll do a watch along Wednesday night. But we'll stream before that. But do loads of comments saying do it. So and actually for once they're all on Sky, so I can actually watch Wednesday night games as well.
Oh
so
wow!
We'll both be able to watch.
Both get all of the games. Whether we get the goals going in at the same time, I'm not convinced by.
We'll get loads of spoilers in the chat as well, won't we? But
it's going to be all over the place. But that'll be part of the fun if we do it. So keep your eyes peeled for that because we might try it.
We could even have our eyes off the chat and just have our producer on the chat, just selecting comments that aren't spoilers. So we only see what he shows us and then we don't get the spoilers either. And we do you doing 3 games, me doing 3 games or something.
That's good.
Yeah, proper Sock Saturday vibes. Guys, we're going to run. I will be live on my channel in an hour and a half if you want to come check it out. If you are just tuning in, go back and watch the last hour, me and Dean. We will see you on probably Monday for another stream on Chasing Green Arrows. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your generosity in the chat, and we'll see you soon. Good luck.